truly, Dr. K. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Come on in, come on in. Please come on in. Thank you guys for tuning in. As you come on, do me a favor and drop your name and where you are tuning in from. Good morning, Lynn from Cleveland, Ohio. Yes, y'all know the Freedom Followers already know what time it is. They know what to do. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm excited to see each and every one of you on this morning. And I appreciate you more than you will ever know. Again, my name is Dr. K, and I am the proud, humbled, and honored founder of Freedom by Design. It is not that I did it, God did it. And he allowed me to be the vessel that he would use to come on each and every Monday and Friday morning to share a word. So we got Motivation Monday, and then we have Freedom Friday. So I'm excited. If you are joining in on Facebook, you can also subscribe to the Freedom by Design Movement YouTube channel, where you can catch us anytime, anywhere. And if you are on YouTube, you can join us on Facebook at Trina King-Flucas. So go ahead. Good morning. Hey, Dr. Marcy. Oh, I appreciate you. Good morning, Nita. Nita in the ATL, y'all. Y'all know my sister. You never know what she's gonna be. She might be in Miami. She might be in Port St. Lucie, Florida. You never know. But she in the ATL this morning. Good morning, Simona. Good morning. I'm excited, y'all. This weekend was fantastic. Good morning, Doc. Doc's in the house from Stonecrest, Georgia. Dr. Barbara Kemp Johnson. Y'all listen, Doc went to school with my mama. So Doc knew me when I was a little itty bitty. Good morning. We see Dr. Marcy on. Y'all listen, I met Dr. Marcy this weekend, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. So do me a favor as you guys are coming on, especially those of you on Facebook, go ahead and like and share. So I know you're looking and you're saying, Dr. K, where are you? Because your setup looks different. I'm still in my office. So y'all know I'm all about supporting friends and doing some great things and allowing them to share their talent. So one of my very good friends, her name is Susan, and her company is SI Unstoppable. Well, she came over and I actually had an opportunity to work with her this weekend, and we're doing some renovations here in my home office. So the next time, hopefully by Friday, I'll have things looking a little different. So yeah, I'm still in my office, just at another wall. So yeah, just at another wall. So good morning, everybody. Good morning. So listen. Today, before I get into the message, I want to tell you guys about yesterday, about the weekend. Let me tell you something. Don't ever discount anything that God is doing, because he puts us in contact with people for a reason. And this weekend was no different. As I said, my sister, my friend Susan, she came over and I contracted her to do some work. And she and I ended up spending at least about 8 hours together working on a project and talking and scheduling some things. Good morning, Dr. Cherie. Good morning. We got the doctors in the house today. Good morning, my sister. I love you. So Susan and I started networking and talking, and Susan and I are very good friends. We're a part of a very close-knit circle. And in that conversation, we started making some plans. So you never know who and how God is going to order or put people in your life, arrange situations. So don't discount that meeting you're supposed to go to, that brunch, that lunch, that phone call that you're supposed to make. Or if you woke up, somebody was on your heart, wink, wink, you send them a text, hey, I love you, I'm with you always. Good morning, Gifty, good morning. So listen, yesterday, the prophetess Brandy Eccles invited myself and other authors to come and participate in her first annual Authors Book Signing Expo. Listen, it was in Stone Mountain, Georgia. It was simply amazing. That's where I met the beautiful Dr. Marcy, who is on this morning, and I'm so humbled and thankful. Our connection was definitely a divine connection. Good morning, God's Zone. Good morning. So at the expo, we had so many women who look like me that got an opportunity to stand up and share about their stories. And, it was so humbling and refreshing for me, because this year for me is a year of collaboration. You guys know I usually do a lot of events, and we were doing them every other month, especially women's empowerment events. But this year, God said, you'll do the vision board event. But this is about me collaborating. This is about me partnering with other people. So you may see Dr. K on a ticket with somebody else, but it might not be my event. And I'm cool with that because that's what he's doing with me in this season. And I'm still also writing. Of course, we know Exposed was the first book of the 3. So we're still in the process of writing. But as I listen, number one, Prophetess Brandy, she had this whole platform, had this whole opportunity set up. She set it up where other vendors were there, people who were showcasing their business, and we truly had a great time fellowship. And to hear the stories of adversity, of triumph, and God was in all of it. His hand was in all of it. Not one woman or individual stood up that didn't talk about what God had done and what they had been through. So it was refreshing for me to be with other authors, other women who wrote books, and to hear their stories, to say, I knew I was supposed to write the book 15 years ago, but I didn't write it, until this time. And I knew I was supposed to write the book so many years ago, but when God released me to write it, I was able to write the book. So it was a beautiful experience, and I'm excited. And you got to be excited too, because guess what? I connected with some awesome women and men, and we will have some awesome guests coming up. And when I say that, I mean with some powerful testimony. So some of us feel like we're doing this thing by ourselves, but we're not, So this morning, let me get to it. This morning, my scripture of text comes from Matthew 8:23-27, and it's when Jesus calms a storm. So what we know is that, Jesus and the disciples, they entered the ship and they followed him. And, there was a great storm and they were panicking. And y'all know I'm paraphrasing it. I'm looking at my text right here. And they were panicking, and the disciples came to him and they woke him up like, Lord, wake up. You sleeping, but we about to drown. It's about to go bad real fast. And he got up, he being Jesus, and he was like, why are you fearful, O ye of little faith? And then he got up and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm. So on this morning, as I talk about us and peace and understanding. Good morning, Princess. Good morning, BC and Derek Wright. Good morning. Y'all didn't know I was on TV too. On Facebook, but on TV, because at the right home, I'm always on big screen. So hey, look at God putting it in the atmosphere. So Jesus calms the water. He's like, why y'all tripping? What is the problem? I got this. You around here acting crazy. Y'all see me sleep. So if I'm asleep, you can chill, because who am I? I am him. So just relax. Don't worry about it. And when I thought about that thing, it made me think of a conversation that I had with a very a close person that's to me. And I'm like, you know what? The enemy will always try to come in and throw some stuff up in the mix. And I know for me, I can speak for Katrina. It's always through relationships. It's always through, different things. And if you want to know where the enemy is in your life, because it's not the battle is not a physical fight. It's definitely it's spiritual warfare. You want to know where he is in your life? Look at the relationships, because the tools that he's going to use are fear, worry, doubt, self-pity. Because woe is me. Oh my God, they doing it to me, and I don't know. And it's consistent. I don't understand what's going on. You know what? All of those things the enemy tries to use to rob us of our peace. But guess what? When we have his peace in us, when we walk in the boldness that looks different. As I look at Romans 16:20, it says, the God of peace will soon crush Satan under your feet, because he's going to give you that authority to be able to do that. So we got to walk different, and we just can't do it sometimes. It's a continuous walk. It's a continuous journey, because those things that I mentioned, fear, worry, doubt, anxiety, self-pity, they come to rob us of our peace and to create a sense of unsettledness. So you're like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. Things were going good, but I don't know why I'm feeling this kind of way, because that's the enemy. He's trying to attack you in areas where he knows that you are weak. So that's where you have to go back to the word, and you have to, say, you know what? Satan, I rebuke you. Just like Jesus said, he rebuked the winds and the storm, and it stopped that quick. And some of us are saying, yeah, but that was Jesus. But yeah, Jesus says we're joint heirs to the throne. He's our brother. He's our father. So guess what? That means that we also have the ability, we have the authority to be able to rebuke a thing. We can stop a thing from happening. So let's see. I see that I'm having some technology glitches. I don't know why, y'all. Hold on. Let's come back and add myself back. So am I back yet? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I see you, Lynn. Can you tell me if I'm back yet? No, but you can hear me. Okay, you can hear me, but you can't see me. Okay, let's see. I think I might be back. Am I back yet? Give me 1 second, y'all. Y'all know this technology will do it, so we are not going to play with it on this morning. But guess what? I don't know. Today is only meant for me to be heard. You know, our parents used to say that back in the day. Sometimes you're meant to be seen and not heard. So we'll work that whole situation out. All right. Okay. I see. Yes, you were. Yes, you were. I don't know. Because now I'm looking. I came and I went back out. Hold on, y'all. Let's see if I can get technology to be my friend on this morning. Yeah, I know that's right, Ruth, though. We can still listen. And that's what we're going to do because I'm trying to see it myself. I don't know what I did that was different that made me go and come. All right. But guess what I'm going to do? Hold on. All right. Can y'all still hear me? Say it. We rebuke it. Okay. Gifty, y'all still hear me very clearly? Okay. Let's rock and roll. So in that, look, he done tried to get me all off of my situation, but I'm back, and we're going to keep on going. So as I was indicating, the enemy uses the fear, worry, doubt, self-pity, and all of those things like, oh, why is it me? Why am I not in a relationship? Oh, why am I not debt-free? Why don't I have the car I want? Why don't I have a house yet? Why don't I have all of these things? Because he tries to use that to create a sense of unsettledness, a sense of chaos in our life. But God is like, it does not matter. It does not matter. It is not about us. Understand, the enemy is afraid of the Christ in you. So you got to exercise your inner Christ. You have to make sure you're doing the things that you need to do, the things that he has called us to do. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about what it looks like on the outside. When we think about just peace in and of itself, this morning I started looking that thing up and I said, what is peace? And when I looked at the definition, it says peace is freedom from disturbance. It's tranquility. So, and then I went a little deeper and it says peace is spirit power. Peace is an attribute of the Holy Spirit. And when you're walking in peace, you are walking in power. So you can walk into a room and you can call a thing out. You can walk into a room and it can be utter chaos and you can be doing what you need to do. And they're looking like, well, wait a minute. Have you ever been in a room and all hell has broken loose and you look and you kind of scan the room and you see somebody who's sitting still and they're just smiling and you're like, well, what's going on? It might be the God in them. It might be the light in them. You need to be that person in the room. It doesn't matter what's happening. It doesn't matter that it looks like, oh, I'm not going to have enough money. It doesn't matter if my account is overdrawn. God said, do it. You're going to have to walk through it and do it. You're going to have to be able to call some things out. You're going to have to be able to look at it and say, I don't care what you throw my way, enemy. I'm still going to move. And that's where we look at, what is that? Psalms 110:1. Sit at my right hand until I make your enemies a footstool for your feet. And guess what? Who our enemy is? Our enemy is Satan. And he knows that he's going to try to play with your mind. He's going to try to play with those things in your life and your heart that he knows are very near and dear. And that's why we got to put Jesus at the center of everything. When we have our children as idols, when we have our spouses, our friends as idols, when we have the stuff that we own as idol, and he take that stuff away, that's when our peace is unsettled. But when you have Jesus at the center, you know, whatever it is, I can get it back. And whatever it is that he removes, maybe I wasn't supposed to have it. So we don't have to worry about those things. We got to continue to move and do what we need to do. This morning, I heard my brother Rutho say, you know, he talked about his allergies, and we all know, those of us who are in Georgia, it's allergy season. The pollen is out and it's a whole fool. But it's just that. It's just a season. Whatever the situation is, it's just a situation. It's just a season. It's for an appointed time. You're supposed to go through it. Nothing and no one has dominion over the world except Christ. except God. So if we're going through it, we know that He intended for us to go through it. If we're in this situation, okay, it's something I'm supposed to learn from it. If you're in a room and you see somebody, and you're like, I don't know, I think I know that person, but I've seen them somewhere. And that's God saying, hey, go have the conversation. You got to move. You got to do something different. Stop sitting trying to be in that same spot and say, you know, I got my little piece over here. I'm going to protect it. You can't protect it that way. God is saying move. He is saying do a thing. Just like he told the disciples, you're going to have to go. You're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. But in that, don't forget the foundations of what you have learned. Don't forget what I have taught you. And I can think about it, family, right now. And I our boat, but we can't let those things rock our boats. How many times have you been at the family reunion and it turned into an argument? How many times have you been at a wedding and it turned into utter chaos? How many times have you gone to a funeral even and you're supposed to be celebrating life and it's an issue? That's nothing but the enemy. He is trying to use our relationships against us. We got to be strong. We got to call that thing out. No, I'm not telling you to walk into the room with your family where there are issues and call them Satan and XYZ and whatever. I ain't saying Satan, I rebuke thee. And I'm not saying, and maybe you have to do it, but you don't have to create more chaos. You don't have to create more conflict. All you have to do is make sure you get yourself in a place and space and you pray, lift it up, and ask God to give you the words. Order my steps so that I can have the conversations I'm supposed to have at the appointed time, so that it's not me that they hear, so that it's you that they hear. And I'm gonna go a step further, and I'm real big on this in relationships. Think about and look at the people in your circle. When you start saying, "Well, I don't understand why this keep happening to me," look at what and who is around you, who surrounds you. Look at what and who is around you. When you're saying, I don't understand why things are just going so crazy. I don't understand why it's just all shaken up. Look at who's around you, who's speaking into you, who's pouring. Look at who is bringing that bone. As my granddaddy used to say, if a dog bring a bone, he'll take a bone. That's how we got to protect our peace. We got to make sure that we're grounded in the word. We got to be able to say, you know what? I know what this is. This ain't about me. Lord, I'm going to turn this thing over to you. And y'all know I talk all the time about the fact that I was the modern day Olivia Pope trying to fix it all. But that's why everything was all over in my life as it relates to my peace. That's why I was not always as happy as I should have been, because I had so many other things on my mind. And God was saying, hey, release, relax, and let that go. You stand on my word. You stand on my promises. I didn't call you to fix everything. I called you to do a certain thing. And that's why now in the midst of storms, it's like I can sit and I can be happy, even if my bank account don't look right, even if the situation on my job don't look right, if a real estate deal isn't going exactly the way I want it to go. Do I have my moments? I might have my moment, but I'm not going to sit. I'm not going to wallow in it, because I understand that I must protect my peace. I'm not giving the enemy the opportunity to walk in and disrupt what I have going on, because he does not deserve it. He does not occupy that time and space in my life. I won't let him have it. Just like now, and any other time, I would be like, oh my God, panicking and turn off the whole live. And no, because guess what? Sometimes you're meant to be what? Heard and not seen. Sometimes you're meant to be seen and not heard. So as long as y'all can hear what thus saith the Lord, it is well with my spirit. Family, that is what I have for you on this morning. Protect your peace and understand who and where it comes from. Protect your peace and stop giving it away. It's Monday. Oh, I don't want to go to work. Oh, I don't want to see this person. If they say one thing to me, I'm going to pop off. Protect your peace and understand who is at the core of your peace and why he gives it to you. That person, that situation, that thing that's trying you every week, they can only do it if God allows them to do it. So you have to understand, you know what? It's a reason for this. That's that thorn in my side. When Jesus said, Lord, please take it away. But if it's your will, thine will be done. That's what we got to say. Lord, if it's your will, I'm going to move in it. I'm going to keep doing. I'm going to smile and I'm going to be okay. My sister prophetess Brandy, she spoke about something on yesterday, and we started a little bit on it last Friday when she was on Freedom Friday, when she talked about our Judases. And you know what? Jesus knew who was going to betray him. He knew it, but he sat at the table with Judas. Sometimes we got to let our Judases be right there. We got to hug them. We got to let them speak a word. So guess what? Because God already said he will make our enemies our footstool. So don't worry about them. Don't try to come back and say, well, I got to clean my name up. God said, I got that. You don't have to be fighting them. You don't have to worry about it. This is spiritual warfare. You don't have to put on your battle armor and physically go in. This is spiritual. You got to get yourself ready. You got to know the word so you'll be able to speak over a thing, so you'll be able to call a thing out. And you don't have to do it for fanfare. You do it when you need to do it. And he already knows your heart. So don't worry about it. Yes, loud and clear. Indeed, indeed. Family, I love you guys. And on Friday, I have a special guest. I'm going to be posting it within the next day or two. And actually, my social media manager is going to be posting it soon. This gentleman has a powerful testimony. So I want to make sure that you all tune in for Freedom Friday. And guess what? I probably will have a guest on for next week, Motivation Monday, but let's see how we work things out. But family, tune in, tune in, tune in. Know that I love you. Know that I appreciate you. And I look forward to seeing you on Friday. God bless you and have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.